All right, good morning, folks. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from ProCraps. I'm checking if I got volume, I got video, the right screen's on. I got this thing all figured out today, finally. Yeah, we got a lot going on here today. Probably a little less throwing than I would have liked to have done, but we'll see how that works up. I may just go out there and throw for a while. Let's get right to the news, because I think the news today is kind of important. I don't do a lot of news, but today I think we kind of have to, because this happened yesterday. You may or may not have seen this, but this is right up my alley. I actually taught a cybersecurity class over the weekend. I teach at my school cybersecurity. A gentleman that was joining us actually on the Craps Chat, Gargoyle, is in this industry as well, in the IT world. And tell you what, man, this is a big one. MGM got hacked yesterday, and it wasn't like a little hack. Like when I break down cybersecurity attacks, we look at there's all kind of things that go on with these things. So there's lots of reasons for why they happen. This one is still to be determined why the hack happened. Sometimes it's ransom, right? They're gonna, attack the server. They'll do what they call exfiltrate the data. This is kind of a quick little lesson for you. They'll exfiltrate the data. They'll take our data out of their system. Now, MGM has got data on all of you, okay? And when I tell you they have data on all of you, they have data on all of you. Like they've got, obviously, if you've got an MGM card or an account, or if you're a Players Club member with MGM, they've got your name, address, city, state, zip, all that stuff, birth date. I'm not sure if they have your social, but they've got everything else about your personal information. They've also got your gambling history. If you've ever taken out a line of credit, they've got that, right? If you've ever had a big slot win, you had to fill the paperwork out, they got that. It's all there in the computer systems. So when a hacker comes in and attacks a system like that, a lot of times the first thing they do is they take all that data off of the MGM, in this case, system, take it out. We call it exfiltration of data. It comes out of the system, and they have it on their system now. The hackers can now sell your data. It's an asset to them. They can be bought and sold, and they do buy and sell data. Sometimes they don't, and they say, hey, we've got it. And at the same time, on the MGM system, what they do is they scramble it. They encrypt that data so MGM can no longer access their own data. In other words, your data. So MGM is rendered useless. They have the data. For ransom, they will bring the data back. That's one reason. Another reason, that's purely financial. Another one might be financial, like literally hack the system to steal the money out of the system. Lots of potential reasons why an attack like this happens, but it did, and it wasn't a small one. Okay, if you saw the pictures in the video last night of what happened here, it shut everything down. Like MGM's IT team did the right thing, because the minute it happens, they pulled the plug, right? Which meant room keys stopped working, all the slot machines off, cage off, everything shut down. Bathrooms didn't work. There was electric, entry to bathrooms, like the sinks with the electric, done, not working. Turned everything off, right? Which is what they should do. You stop the bleeding, figure out what the hell happened, and go on. What does it mean for you? Well, it means for you, you can pretty much guarantee that if you had an account with MGM, that your data's out there. Yeah, write it down, guaranteed your data's out somewhere, right? The hackers have it. They're probably buying and selling it now. And this is what happens all the time, right? Equifax got hacked. Citibank or Citicorp got hacked about 1.5 years ago. Hospitals get hacked all the time. This happens a lot. So my message and lesson to y'all is this. Ensure that if you had an account there, you probably can't get in yet, but a lot of you are like me, fit in your 50s. I'm in my mid 50s now, as of today. A lot of you are that age or a little older, and we get a little bit lazy. Let's call a spade a spade. We have the same passwords everywhere, right? A lot of us have the same password all over the place, right? This is not a endorsement. Well, it is, but I'm not getting paid for it. I'm going to show you something really quick. If you don't have this yet, let me go here. Let me get my browser up for you. We're going to go here. Give me a second here to get this slid over for you. I'm going to go to 1Pass. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Here we go. This application here called 1Password. Let's close that down. Yeah, I know. I already have it installed. 1Password. This is an app that is a password manager. It's one of the better ones that's out there. to be honest with you. It's called 1Password. There's also one called LastPass. 1Password is an application that you install on your computer. It also installs on your phone and your iPad and whatever else you got. And basically, it's got a password that you have. It's encrypted. Behind it, it has the password stored. Sorry, my daughter is texting this. For all of your websites that you go to. And one of the magical things about this application is that it generates passwords for you. So for every website that I go to, 1Pass knows that, I'll even show it to you. I'll show you what it looks like. I think it's important enough for you to see this today. It's a big enough hack that it affects all of us. So if I open up 1Password, and here it is, I'll put my master password in. And now that I'm in here, you can see that I have my password for Uber, my password for Home Title Lock, my password for my bank account, all the passwords we got, right? Everything is in here. These passwords are, of course, are hidden. I could hit the little button and see it, but I can generate a new password. And so if I did like a new login for, you know, whatever, website X, and my username was John, and I say, hey, make me a password. And it makes me, and I can make it up to 20, I can make it up to 100 characters, but make it like 20 characters, use some numbers, use some symbols, and I can kind of rotate it through and use that, right? That way I've got a different password at every website that I go. I don't got to remember them. This application remembers my passwords. When I log in, it just uses them, okay? When you get to those things, like, for example, your security questions, like a section, I think I can do like add more, I forget where it is, like mother's maiden name. Let's do a text, mother's maiden name. And like, I can make the value of that thing also a random set of numbers. So my mother's maiden name is not what it actually is. Every website I go to, her maiden name is different. I had this thing randomize it for me. My elementary school, same thing. All those questions, this thing will randomize all that for you. I know that a lot of us, like I said, we don't like technology, right? A lot of people are scared of technology, and you don't use it as often as I do, because I work in the technology field, right? But it's really important to do something like that. Get a password manager, change your passwords everywhere. If you use the same password at MGM as you did at Caesars or wherever else, change your password right now, like after the show, during the show, pull up a second screen, go change your password. Like, I can't stress enough about how important it is just to do that. There's so many more cybersecurity things you can do to keep yourself safe. That's number one. Long passwords, 12 characters or more, best. Characters and numbers, better. But the longer the password is, the better it is. It's the harder it is to break. Different passwords at every website you go to. It's so important to do that. Even your Google password. I use Google to log into many websites, like I'm sure a lot of you do. I change that password all the time too. And that one is like 27 characters long. It'll never get cracked, but I change it frequently. Please do that. I guarantee you that your information from MGM is out there on the dark, dark, dark web being bought and sold right now. So then it will probably include your password. For sure to include your name, your email address, your birthday, where you live. That's out there. So I don't want to scare you, but stuff like this happens, and you got to be on high alert. And so again, near and dear to me, this cybersecurity is a thing in my life. And I know that for you all, maybe you don't give it a second thought, but it's real. And because we are all gamblers, and that was a big one, this shut down every MGM property. Everything in Vegas, down to Biloxi, MGM properties were all shut down. This thing hit the central nervous system of MGM. Big deal. So take care of yourselves today. Take care of yourselves. Don't fart around with this. Take care of yourselves today. Even if you have to leave my show and do it, I don't care. Go take care of yourselves. Make sure that you're in as safe a place as you can be. At the very least today, change your passwords. And I would recommend something like 1Pass to do that, because it's easy to generate the passwords. All right, I'm off my soapbox now, but that's kind of a big deal, right? And it hit us all pretty hard. Now, I want to move ahead real quick and give you a quick CRAPC announcement. CRAPC practices, I know Jeff is doing them. He's doing a D8 table again today. We all know that Alfredo does them as well. George has been doing CRAPC. Joe from Craps Master does CRAPC. I'm about to start doing more CRAPC stuff. So I've stopped doing CRAPC on my morning shows, and I told Chuck why. It's just the Daily Paycheck show is not, even though it's a perfect, like, let's build a bankroll together kind of a thing, that show requires my concentration, and I can't really focus on my throwing and my betting and all that stuff if I'm also working crapsy and keeping bets straight and everything else. It became a burden to me to run it. And it was having problems, and that made the choice easy. So that show will not have crapsy. However, I'm going to do some live crapsy stuff on the Pro Craps channel, not on this channel, where we're going to do, I may do some here, but we're going to do some group strategy crafting like I always said I wanted to do. And what I mean by that is, hey, tonight we're going to work the Iron Cross or whatever we're going to decide to work. And we're going to get together and we're going to each run the same strategy with minor tweaks to it against the dice rolls. And we're going to analyze at the end together. I want to do like a Zoom thing at the end. Like it's all play. And in the Zoom, we'll get together and say, how did it work out? What did you do? What worked? What didn't work? Where was the holes? I want to make it like a live testing zone sort of thing, which would be kind of cool. I want us to work situational practice. I want to get together on Crapsy and say, hey, look, we all have like the second round of Friday Night Fights. We've all got 6 green chips. It's a $25 table. What are you doing with 6 green chips? And I'm going to roll the dice. We're going to do the thing. We're going to get back in Zoom and we're going to talk about how we all did. Like that's what I want to use Crapsy for. I want to practice team play, right? Let's get 4 people in there, me and 3 others, or me throwing in the dice and 4 others that are a team, and say, you 4, let's have a combined bankroll between you. Let's have you each have $500. It's a combined $2,000 bankroll. I'll roll the dice. You guys strategize how you want to bet your 2K together. Put the bets out there, and at the end of a shooter or 2, we'll see how y'all did. Okay? I want to use Crapsy for this kind of stuff. So I'm not going to run Crapsy shows like Jeff and Alfredo where it's just, I'm going to throw, you're going to play, we're going to all celebrate that somebody won 10K. I want to use Crapsy for a different purpose. So if you are interested in that, you know that's my life, right? I'm all about teaching. I'm all about building. I'm all about getting better. So I would like us to use the tool of Crapsy together over at wherever I do the shows, here at Pro Craps channel. I'll probably be on Pro Craps, some of this stuff. And let's practice together. Let's get better as a group. That's going to be my plan for it. It'll be something totally different than what Crapsy was meant for and different than what's being done. But I think it's going to be enough for me educationally. I need to do this educationally because I need to learn, right, what those tweaks are. And I think that we can all get better from that. And that's my plan for it. So if you start seeing me doing some of this stuff on the Pro Craps side, that's where it's going to be. My feeling on the Pro Craps channel, by the way, is I'm at the same point now where Greg has been, where Ken from Ken Knows Gambling has been, where a lot of people have been, where I don't know what else I can say about, like, that channel's kind of done. Like, I'm going to put videos out for the 130 strategies that I play, just to give you a sense of how I play those more aggressive ways. But the ways I play are known and they're out there. I've already done the videos. My basics videos are already out there and well known. My rant videos, I put them out when I get a good rant. I throw it out there. That channel's kind of like, I don't know what else I can do, right? I've said what I have to say. This kind of stuff, though, can be ongoing. This is the thing where that Pro Craps channel kind of grows into, where we're going to work together and sort of put a fine-tooth comb and a microscope on the ways I play and the rants that I do. We'll put them to practice. So that's my plan for Crapsy. I will be starting those shows up after I get back from Florida. So this weekend we had the Pro Craps meetup. Thursday night, by the way, we're going to do a thing, a fundraiser for Chiro. We're going to get the scholarship thing started this week. By Thursday, I want to start putting money into it. So expect that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the Pacific Northwest meetup here in Seattle. Next Friday, I go to Kansas City for Chiro's Memorial. Then I go to Florida for a week. When I come back from the Florida trip, first week of October, I'll probably start doing some of this stuff. And I'll be here through October and November getting ready for the Craps for the Cure and running some of this. So that's my plan for Crapsy. So there's all the announcements and everything else. Yes, Skill, it will be on the Pro Craps. I think it's where it belongs. I think it belongs in the Pro Craps channel. I don't think it belongs here. CGTV is more of a let's get together and play kind of a channel. Pro Craps is more of a let's teach channel. Although some things we have planned for this CGTV channel are going to be teaching. We're going to do some panel discussions. I was just talking to somebody today actually about an idea to do like a tutorial series, but more of like a group think, kind of like Craps Chat was, but like a shorter version of like, okay, let's talk about come betting with 3 people. And let's really kind of dig in some of the stuff. El Toro and I have talked about doing a show together too, where we kind of break strategies down. That's perfect for CGTV. And I think that's what we're going to do. So, all right, there we go. I see a lot of happy birthday messages. Thank you all. for the messages. I really appreciate that. Happy birthday from AZ. Thank you so much, dude. Y'all see my shirt today? From Andy, thank you too. You see my shirt? Making America Great since 1968, baby. That's me. That's me. I'm 55 today. Can you believe that? The double nickel. My God. I think I'm halfway. I'm halfway home. God, I'm coming. I'm halfway there. If I can make it to 110, right? They can put he died 110 inside, baby. That'll be how it goes down for me. So anyway, let's move on. Let's go ahead here. All right. The Molly won yesterday again. We're 5-1 with the Molly. We did the flat and small odds. I actually bumped the odds up, I think, twice because we had one and they hit. So it's up 787. The core strategies we play are up about $1,200, which is not a lot. But remember, we've lost 3 times the whole bankroll. So we've lost $1,100, $1,200, and $1,400 in that series. So 39 wins of 10%. We've had 3 catastrophic losses of about $4,000. So, if you take the losses away, we're up about $5,000, right? But again, those losses, you can't take them away. They're real. They're real. I burned the bankroll a few times. And I burned the bankroll once because of strategy, just didn't work. Twice because I'm an idiot and I bet like a moron. And so twice I burned the bankroll. I feel like that number should be higher, but me. I did dumb things. Good to see though. Anyway, this week we're pressing the odds, not the flats, and we're going to work the come outs. Next week, I'm going to add in the field to the come, and I'm going to add odds out of the gate. We're going to see how that does, how that changes things. But so far, so good. Overall, we're 44-13, including the excess play. Excess play's done well for us. We're up about $4,500, $4,300. So far, so good. We're tracking our way to 100K. So we're having fun. I love that series. It's fun. Some days I go out there and it's brutal, and you guys laugh at me. Some days we go out there and it's easy. This strategy has not been easy. The come betting with max odds has not been easy. Every time I've won, it's taken a shooter of 15 rolls or more. If you look at our Discord, we're having nice conversations in there, and somebody, Joe, is kind of tracking all the rolls, and he's like, boy, every time you've won, it's been 17, 23, 26. That's when you win. You don't win on the 4 or 5 rollers, right? This is a hard way to play the Molly style on the regular table rhythm of like these short rolls. That's a tough way to play, man. It's not a paycheck maker on the regular on a regular basis like that. You got to have a good one to make it work. So far, fingers crossed, we've been getting the good ones, but the day we lost, we didn't get a good one, and that's what happened. So this one's really hard. A strategy where you can't win without a 15+ roller, to me, feels like a fail. Even though it's 5-1, it feels like a fail at its core. But I can't argue with the math, right? We're winning. It's a math-based play, and it's working so far. So knock on wood, it's happening. We're doing okay, and there's that. All right, let's make some easy money, shall we? This week, I want to work on making $50 every day, right? I wanted to ask you guys, what was your best ways of making $50? And we got lots of responses, and I tried to categorize them into a couple of like bigger buckets of ways to play. So this one's called the Easy Money Day, and basically, I'm going to work off of the quarter pounder with ease, the Hawaiian crap shooter strategy. I'm going to start with that one, and we'll roll it out a couple times. So you can see how that works. It's kind of a simple one. I think that what fits into this are the different drawdown methods. I think the drawdown methods are super interesting ways to play as well as this. So let's go to my table and let's look at ways we can make $50 easily with roughly the same level of risk. And today's going to be more 1 or 2 hitting down. And it's actually more like 1 or 2 rolls and down. That's the easy way. The easy way of thinking is spray and pray, like we say, 1 or 2 rolls and down, not 1 or 2 hits and down, because there's a different mindset to that style of play. Let's go switch up. I'm going to go to this view of the table, and hopefully that you can see everything there well enough. I'm going to put the light on. Does that matter? The light on, does it matter? Yeah, it helps a little bit, make it a little bit clearer. And I don't know yet about the saturation. Let me go and let me go see something here. I'm going to make this that. We're going to make the sat a little bit deeper. There we go. I have to change the colors every day to make the table look right. Doesn't always play along, but here we go. Let me show you the quarter pounder with ease, and then we'll play out some options based on it. So the quarter pounder takes $165 to play. All right. It's a $60 6 and 8. It's $5 on the hopping fives. You may have seen me do this before. And it's a $35 field bet. Okay. The reason for these numbers is the math on it. Now here's how it works. If we catch a 6 or an 8, they're going to pay $70. 50, $70. You would lose your field for 35 and you would lose your fives. That goes away. And what you do is you replace the losers. There goes the $10 back to the 5. There's the $35 back to the field, and I'm netting a quarter to my rack. So you do that twice, you're good. If the field happens to win, you would lose your hopping fives. You lose $10, but you win $35 in the field. You can put the $10 back, and you can rack a quarter. Right? Every single roll wins you at least $25. If the 5 happens to roll, you would lose your $35 in the field. You would lose one of your 5s. So you'd lose this $35 out here. That's going to pay $75. I'm going to pay it like this. We're going to pay it $50, $75. And what you do with that is you put your $5 back that you would have lost. You put your field money back, and you bring back, in this case, $35. So no matter what happens, you're bringing back a quarter. Every single time, you're bringing back $25 every single roll of dice, unless it's big red. That's the quarter pounder with ease. It's ease. The easy is the 5. Okay? You do this instead of doing this, $50. If you put $50 on the 5 and made it a true quote-unquote iron cross, right? Then these all pay. That also pays, $70. You lose the 35. You put the 35 back, and you're same situation, right? It's all the same. This just says instead of leaving $50 sitting there, you're going to go with $10 that you're going to throw away for 2 rolls. It just reduces the overall risk. This makes $10 risk instead of $50. It saves you $40 basically. So the whole thing, $165, 2 rolls and out. If you want to be 1 roll and out, you can double the whole damn thing. You can double it all. You can make these 120, 120, 10 and 10, and 70, and it'd be 1 roll and out, right? We can go, and I'll show you what that looks like. 120. I'll just do it in greens, just to make it simple. 120 and 120, 10 and 10, and we'll make this look like 70, right? It's the same math. It all works the same. 120 pays 140. We'll do 125, $140. Actually, I got to pay it with all greens. I'll do it like that. So there's 100, 25, 140. You would lose the $70 that's out there in the field. You'd lose the $20 over here, and guess what? It all goes back. Okay, you put your $70. I got to get some change here. You put your $70 back out in the field. You put your $20 back over here on the 5, and you take back $50 to the rack. So you want to double the whole thing up and go to 140 or go to 240 in risk. That's your prerogative. I'm sorry, not 240. It would be 340 in risk. Okay, 120, 120 is 240. 250, 260, 270, 280, and 50. So 330 in risk is what it would be. 330 in risk to do that. 2 rolls and you're out. That's the quarter pounder with ease. Let's do it the poor man's way. Let's go OG with it. Let's roll it out. Give you a sense of the rhythm here. Okay, there's going to be our 6 and 8. There's our 5. Here's our field. Puck's going to be off. Everything is off. Let's roll the dice a little bit here. Let's catch a point. Oh, good. We got a 4 for the point. Let's see how easy it is to make $50 every day. There's my 4. I'll take these out of here. Okay, I want to walk in the casino. I want to make $50. I'm going to walk the hell out, right? Or I want to make $50 and play some strategy that's worth $50. Okay, now I got a 7 right there. See that? Good old Johnny coming to break the strategies, right? Here I come. 617. Okay. Now this came up on Craps Chat. Uh-oh. You're now down 150, 165. I just lost 165. Okay. What do you do here? Remember this conversation the other night? What do? How do you recover the 165? That was a big topic of conversation on Craps Chat. Some guys said, well, you double it up, and you double up the money, and you double up the number of hits. Okay, so if we virtually did that, if I went to the 330 across or 330 in play, double my risk, every roll wins 50 bucks, and I did it 4 times. Instead of twice, I did it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. That would be 50, 100, 50, 200 bucks. I'd get my money that I lost back plus about a quarter. That's what would happen if you did that. So recovery plan A, double your money, double your fun. Recovery plan B says, well, if it wins 50 bucks, it's going to need to win 50 bucks an extra couple of times. Okay, so you can recover yourself either way. If you have the bankroll to double this up to 330 and take 4 shots at it, why are you playing this way? If you have that kind of bankroll to burn on a recovery, then maybe going all that money to win 50 bucks isn't the smartest way to play. You follow what I'm saying? Let's recover the old-fashioned way. Let's go ahead and win 50 bucks. Let's try it. Let's see if we can even do it. Let's go point of 10. There's a 6, 4, 10. Okay. We're going to work on 160. 165 back in the rack. There's a 5, 3, 2, 5. So we know the 5 is going to net us 35 bucks. Okay. That's 1 hit. Anything but a 7 here, right? There's a 4 hard 4. That wins a quarter net. There's 60 bucks out of the 165 I lost on the first shooter. Okay. I have 2 options at this point. I'm going to tell you the options. I won't roll the options out. Option 1 for recovery is this, or I'll do it like this. Option 1 for recovery is this, off. Everything's off. Let the shooter figure it out. Whatever happens, happens, and I'll do when he 7's out, I'll do this again on the next guy. That's your first option. Okay? Take my 50 bucks. That's once. I got to do it again and again to get back my 160. That's a recovery plan. Just repeat the process 3 times, and well, whatever, you blew it, right? Option 2 is to take this down, and your original strategy was probably to do this for a minute, take this, and do something with it. Whether it's a $30 6 and 8, or whether it's 44 inside, or whether it's 64 across, or whatever it was going to be, just take this. It did its transition. It gave you money to play with the money. Now here again, if you do this, you're still 165 down, right? Your recovery mindset has to be, well, shit, that worked. I got my in this case, 60 bucks, right? It did what it was supposed to do. This 60 bucks now needs to earn me 165 that I lost before I can really feel like I'm okay. You follow what I'm saying? That's an important piece to remember. Or you can just say, screw it. I survived 1 shooter. Let's let this cat 7 out. There's right there. There's the 4-3-7. He 7's out. Okay, cool. Puck's off. Let's live on the next guy. 1, 2, 3. Nobody cares. We'll just roll it out here. I'll show you both styles. There's a 6. Point's going to be 6. All the bets come back out. 60, 60, 35. There's the cat. There's the cap. There's the 5s. Can we survive 2 rolls on the next shooter is the question. There's a hard 10. That nets us 25 bucks. Let's watch our rack. Let's watch our rack get where it's got to be. There's 1 shot. Can I survive? I did. I survived it again. That's a 6. That happens to be the point, which is great. Okay. Net of 25 bucks. Now I've got 110 in my rack. All my shit's off. Everything's off. Setup is still the same. There's a 5 at the point. Let the shooter go. We're going to have the fear of missing out here while the shooter works and works and works. Let him finish it. There's his 7, a 6-1-7. So the shooter's done. We're safe. Puck is off. We're coming back out again. We got a 10, another point of 10. Can I survive 1 more time? Here's my 10. Okay, here we go. We need to survive. Can we survive? We got a hard 6. That's fantastic. It nets a quarter. Okay, we're almost there. We got 125, 135 in the rack. There's a hard 4. Again, a hard 4. Again, net's 25 bucks. Where are we at now? We have 150, 160 bucks. That's the third shooter. We got burned on shooter 1, shooter 2, shooter 3, shooter 4. We earned back basically the whole 165. We're recovered. Recovery plan, Mr. Conservative, was that. It worked once. Let's make it work. Let's make it work. Let's make it work. Let's make like Shepherd and get the flock out of here, right? That's kind of what you do recovery plan wise. Now, hard 4 is the point. We'll let this person, let the shooter finish out. The shooter here is going to 7 out at some point, and then we'll jump back in for the next shooter and let it happen. There's the 4 is the point again. This guy's on a roll. Aces on the come out. 11 on the come out. Easy come, easy go for you pass liners. Another 11. Wow, look at this guy. Look at this guy. 8 hard. Okay, there's a new point of 8. Again, letting the shooter do his thing. I'm celebrating that I have money to start with again. There's a 5, 3, 2. Fear of missing out, anybody? There's the 6. There's the 7. Okay. 4, 3, 7. We weren't on. We were all off. New shooter. Now we're starting from ground zero again. Ready to start over. Brand new shooter. Brand new point coming. There's a 7. There's an 11. There's an 8. Okay, point is 8. Our money's back out. We have our first shooters of loss recovered in our rack. Recovery plan is done. Now we got to make the thing work. And guess what? We just went down another 165. PSO again, right? Making 50 bucks is hard. Isn't making 50 bucks freaking hard, right? We worked our asses off for that. All this goes away. Essentially, we go back out with what we earned last time. We're back to being negative 160, and we have to recover another time. Bummer. New point. 7 on the come out. Boy, oh boy. Welcome to John's studio table, where all the 7s live. All the 7s live down here in the cave. If you're coming to my meetup, by the way, you get to, I'll show you the cave. You'll be surprised at how small this room is. There's a 9. Okay, here we go. We're back on. We're back on. This time we're going to recover aggressively. We're going to try an aggressive recovery, okay, if we can do it. 4, 3, or I'm sorry, 4, 2, 6. That nets $25. There's a 5, 1, 6. That nets $25. Okay, here we go. Bring it all down. We have enough money to do this again. We're still down 160. I'm going to take that 50 bucks. We're going to go 18 bucks on the 6 and 8. Oh, 18. That's 36. Oh, Jesus. That's $36. Okay. I'm going to get back 14 and change. 36, 40, 50 bucks. I'll grab the 5 just because I like the 5. And I'll put the 2 bucks on the, or the 4 bucks on the hard ways. Okay, here we go. We're going to put the whole 50 bucks out there. We're going to try and recover this time through gameplay. If we make it, we make it. If we don't make it, we start over again. We're still down. We're still chasing the 165. So we're chasing 165 here through some means. There's 325. That's going to pay 14 bucks. Here's 14. Looks like 15. And we're going to take a little bit of money back in the rack. We're going to try and build these up a little bit here if we can. There's the 7. So recovering aggressively didn't work. So what do we net down? Again, look at your rack. Your net down 165 minus 9. So you're down $150. Let's put the money back. But this is actually proving not like it was drawn up, right? Making a net of $50. Not easy. Coming out. Here we go. That's an 8. Point of 8. Let's go. A couple hits. Let's try it again. Couple hits. Let's get aggressive. 6. All right. That was a 6, not an 8. $25 net. 8. There's the point. That's perfect. Hit the point. Net's a quarter. All this can come down. Right? Our net merits. That's our net win. We're set up for next try. Now I've got 55. I can do a little bit of different play on the inside. Let's get a point here. 8 again. Let's make a decision on our bets. Once again, I'll take the quarters and make them look like nickels, and we'll go again. We'll go 18, 18, 15 there. I need to get whites. And we still have 10 bucks. I can go to the 9 with 10 bucks, and I'll grab the 4 and the 10 hard. Again, we're gonna go all in. The puck is off. Let's try and make 160 out of this, right? Again, we'll just try and work it if we can work it. The best we can. Build them up slow, tear them down, right? There's an 8 hard, that's $21. Okay, let's make the 8 look like 24. There's 25, so I'll take that back. Actually, I'll take that back. $24 8, 15 bucks back to the rack. Now we're light 150. 9, center field 9. That'll pay $10, $14. Make it look like 15. There's the 7. Okay, well, boy, oh boy, we suck, don't we? Don't we suck? Doesn't right side play suck? Sometimes. So we're out that. We have $24 this time in our rack. So again, we're still chasing money. The recovery plan, working aggressively, is hard. This is our second shooter in recovery mode. And all we've done is basically lose money, right? We've started both recoveries with 50 bucks, and both times we came out with less than 50 bucks. Instead of just trying the damn strategy again, it's burned us, right? Here we go. There's the 6. There's the 9, which nets you a quarter. There's a 5, which nets us 35. Okay? Again, all this, bring it back. Now that's 3 times we've done this. This is our 3rd time trying to make the 60 bucks that we won. I'll leave it out there in the rack, or the 50 bucks we won, worthwhile to us. We're trying to recover through play, and it ain't working right now, is it? Right? Let's take that. Let's go 66 inside. There's 66 bucks. We'll go inside with it. We'll give that a try. 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. Okay. Let's work the inside. Maybe a little press and regress in here if we can pull it off. Or a permanent. Let's do a permanent press. There's a $22 winner. $21 winner. With $1 from the rack. And let's hammer it. Let's give like a 3-roll hammer. $5. That's the point. Awesome. That'll pay 28 bucks. Love it. There's 25, 28. I'll take back a few bucks. We'll press them all up. That's going to make it look like 110 inside. Puck is off. 2 presses, 2 full inside presses. Again, we're random shooting here, so we're going to be spraying and praying with our bets. There's a 5-1-6. There's an 8. All right, that pays 35 bucks. I'm going to take it like this. 35 bucks here. I'm going to pull $22 out of my rack. I'm going to put the 35 in my rack. I'm going to press the inside by $22. Here we go. You ready? Are you ready for this? There's an 8. Fan-freaking-tastic. We got it. Okay? That pays 42. 25, 40, $2. Where are we at? We have 110 plus 22, so we're at 132 on the inside, plus 42. That's 174, which means we got our money back. 174 plus this. Okay? Let's get out of here. Let's do this the right thing. Again, recovery mode. I want to get right back where we started. There's our 100, 50, 165. That was our 165 that we're down, right? So we have that. This is what we've lost. I'm going to put it back in the main bank. What we have left now is this: 25, 45 bucks. Okay, 45 bucks. We were trying to make 50. All that work we got for $5 light, but we made our 50 bucks, right? The recovery mode had to work extra hard to make back what we lost plus some. We got lucky. We got 4 rolls. We permanent pressed 4 rolls on the inside. Set a little, little Hail Mary here, and it worked out for us that way. But it took 4 shooters to get there. If we had done 4 shooters of just taking the 50 bucks and waiting it out, we'd have been recovered earlier. You follow what I'm saying here, guys? So making 50 bucks ain't that easy. It seems easy, right? The quarter pounder with ease is like, how much easier could it be to set this up, right? How much easier could it be? I'll put the 45 bucks in the rack. We'll actually slide this over and see if we can't do it again. It seems so simple. Roll a number, get a point. There's a point of 9. Get 2 rolls after the 9. How hard can that possibly be? Right? It seems like it's magic. There's an 8 that nets you 25 bucks. Can we get one more? Can we get one more? No, we got a fucking 7. Look at us every single time, right? Whenever we try to do it, we get burned and we're down 160 again. It's hard, man. Making 50 bucks is hard. No matter how good of strategies we put out there, this is not easy money, folks. There's no such thing as easy money. Craps is a difficult game, right? And as it stands right now, we're down another 160. We got 50, 60, 70 bucks. We're actually down, we're down about 95 bucks. So you could pull that system off twice more and be back to even. That's the quarter pounder with ease. Trying to make $50 with it. That's hard, right? It's really hard to do. What about this? What about we do something like, again, about the same risk. This comes from another subscriber, and he says, just do the drawdown. Do the drawdown thing. Okay, why not do something like this? We'll take 160, 165 per roll. Okay, 165 per roll, 160 across, and a $5 any craps, which pays 35 bucks. Okay, $5 any craps pays 35 bucks. We'll let the 11 be the one that takes $5 from us. All right, that's the one thing we're not going to get is the 11 out of that. Right? Let's go. Let's turn the puck off. Let's get a point. We'll be in kind of the same spot. There's an 11 yo, don't care. We're gonna draw this thing down over 2 shots. There's a 7 come out winner. Again, we're not worried about it. Here's a 4, the point is 4. We don't care about the point. We do care about making $50. Okay, we got a 1, 2, 3, ace, deuce. Okay, that craps pays 35 bucks. There's one of our quarters that we need. And the same bet stays up. There's an 11 yo that costs me the nickel. I'll put it back on the anti-craps. And there's a 9. 9 pays 35 bucks, 25, 35, and there's our 50 bucks. We survived 2 rolls that time. Same amount of risk, but different way of getting there. Okay, we got the whole box covered here. If you hit a 4 or 10 in this situation, you're out. 1 roll and you're out. You get lucky here, right? I could have bumped up that bet down there. There's a lot of things you can do in this situation. But what you can do at this point is pull this all down again and play what you won, right? Or when you're doing a drawdown type of thing, your move could be this. We hit the 9, those 2 can come down, right? And we'll take $25 for one of them and reduce down to table minimum here and bring back 35 bucks and draw down the outsides, right? You know, I love my drawdowns, right? There's a hard 4, beautiful, right? That pays 18 bucks. We'll take the 5 and 9 down, right? And now we have our money back. Look at our rack. Oh, by the way, this is back. We're not doing that anymore. Once we're doing the drawdown, we're stopping that with that. There's your 100, 25, 35. There's 145, 148 in the rack. Right, and you're still playing out here. If you bring back the 6 and 8 down to table minimum right now, on that second hit, if they come back down, look at where you end up being. In those same couple of hits.
You're at 64 across, okay? And I think that was one of the quarters right there, right? And you're back. There's your 165. Back in your rack and you're playing 64 across. So that's another way of doing it, right? Drawing down outside in, right? The first 2 hits, you're at your $55. You want to keep drawing it down and leaving yourself where you want to be. Cool. That's $50 and you're playing. And if I burn on the 7 right there, I'm okay with that because we made money on the deal. Let's do that one again. Same strategy. Let's do it one more time and see if we can make that one work. Here's 160. 5 on the anti-craps, waiting for a point. Let's go. Point's gonna be 5. Let's make $50. Let's make $50. The 11's the only burn. The only burn is the 11, really, right? There's a 9 for $35. Okay, we lose this. Put it back, $30 to the rack. There's an 8 hard. So again, you lose your anti-craps. Get paid $35, and there's your $50 win. Now, if I take those same 2 rolls, I'm going to do it to you the drawdown way and show you the option there, right? There's your 165. The first roll was a 9. That pays $35. You lose this. You can put it back. And if I take that quarter and I make it look like nickels, I take my 4 and 10 down, go back out there at $10, 4 and 10. I've got $60 in the rack instead of 30, right? Double in the rack. I'm getting here a hell of a lot faster. There was roll 1. Roll 2 was the 8. We can do the same thing. The 8 paid $35, right? We would have lost our any craps bet. I would have taken the 5 and 9 down, put them back out there at $10. Now my rack, I've got 100. I'll spread it out for you. $125 in the rack. After 2 hits, I'm 125 in the rack. I can bring these down, like we talked about. And look where I am. There's my 125, 150. There's my 160. I'm back in the rack, and I'm at 64 across. Sorry, 64 across. I'm playing with my excess. I won the $50. I'm playing with the 60. I'm playing with $64. Essentially, I won $65. Here's the extra dollar. So you won $65 and you're playing with it, drawing it down in 2 shots. 2-shot drawdown, playing with $64. The Hawaiian horn, 2 hits, and you got to go back out and make your $55 or whatever dollar bet. It's the same. Eventually, it's the same thing. A couple hits and you're out. We burn on the 11 on this one here. Both ways of playing work just fine. Easy way to make $50. Let's do one more. This comes from my good friend, Larry Casper, Crappy the Craftsman. Love this strategy. I love him. 160 across again. Okay. Can't believe this wins. Love this one. Here we go. Let's catch a point. Can't believe this wins. $50. Can we make $50 in one series of shots, right? There's the point of 5. We're 160 across, okay? We're gonna get a 7. We're gonna lose the whole thing. That's cool, right? Let's note it. 150, 60, 165, negative. We'll put it right here. We're down 165. Or 160. Sorry, there's no horn in this bet. Let's do it again. New point. 8. Can't believe this wins. Can we make I can't believe this wins win? That's the question. There's a 6, 3, 9. Okay, that pays $35. What he does is he brings the 9 to table minimum, or he brings it down altogether. Either way is fun. Let's bring it all the way down. And you'll take the bet that was there, and it goes into the DC. I'll put it over here. $35 in the rack and a DC coming. There's a 9. It goes right back to the 9. That sucks because we don't get paid as it travels. Aces, don't care. Hard 4, that's a good one right there. That's gonna pay, I don't have $1. We'll pay 50, I'll take the 5. $4 change, 50 for 1. And again, this comes into the DC. The bet comes back to the rack, okay? We'll watch the rack here. We'll see how our wins go. This is going to take more than 2 hits, but it's an interesting way of doing it. There's a frickin' 7. So that ends up getting us nothing. This ends up paying. This ends up losing along with everything else. Where did we end up on that one? Interestingly enough, there's 125, 130, 140 bucks, right? After getting whacked early, it only lost like $15. So let's put the 15 bucks over here. Let's do it again. Can this one make 50 bucks? I don't know. Let's find out. Off we go. Can't believe this wins. I love the strategy. It's such a stupidly fun way to play. I love that guy's way of thinking he's just a fun guy. He and Waylon both to me, they're like just outside the box kind of thinkers, you know? They're just fun. All right, there's a 8 hard. Okay, 35 bucks. The bet comes down. We're gonna put this into the DC once the next point is established. I could put it on the don't pass right now. I'm gonna wait and just do the DC. Puck is off. We're still off. That would have been nice in the don't pass there, but play it the way he does. 8 again, back to the 8. Okay, back on the 8. The bet goes into the DC. That's all gonna sit there. And we have a 3. 1, 2, 3. How about that? Booyah. Little bonus win. Little bonus win. 9 goes to the 9. DC travels to the 9. 9 gets paid 35 bucks. 25 in the don't. Bringing money back to the rack. Now in the rack, those reds are a green. I have 100 bucks in the rack, right? We're already almost recovered and have money out there. There's a 10 hard. God, how good is that? That goes back here. That's going to get paid. I'll pay it 50 bucks. I owe the world $1. Okay, there is $150. That's basically our starting gambit here is basically out. There's a 3. 1, 2, 3. There's 25 bucks. Can't believe it wins, right? Another 1, 2, 3. Good gravy. How about the don't? Making us all the monies. Another 1, 2, 3. That's 3 in a row. Is that a trend? Is that a trend? I don't know. Not a trend. It's just luck. It's dumb luck. Dumb luck on my table. There's an 8. All right, that's the point. So check it out. We got 3 bets up here on the don't. I got 3 bets up here on the do. We've cycled our way through. Where am I at in my rack, by the way? There's 100. There's 225 bucks in the rack. All right, over here we had lost 175 bucks. If I take the 175 out of my rack, that covers what we were down in the previous session where we had gotten whacked. Okay, which means I've got all this out here and 50 bucks in my rack, right? We've made our 50 bucks and this basically is our starting bankroll. We can play it out, right? If I bring it all back, we're home for $50. If we play it out, we'll just let it play out and see what happens. Most likely we're gonna win about 70 bucks. There's 8 is the point. We'll lose the don't. 8. Let's go. 8 again. Gee whiz. Puck is off. Nothing happens. Talk about your string of repeaters here, huh? Hard 10. Damn, we lost our 10? We lost our 2 don'ts? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. There's the 7. Quarter for the don't, and this all comes back down. Okay, now, taking the recovery out of that, if you remove the recovery piece of that, because we had to pay ourselves back, we're actually up 100 bucks in that little sequence. That's a cool little strategy, right? But we had to recover and pay ourselves back. So after the recovery, we didn't get our next 160 back, just 100 of it. So we're down 60 bucks, technically speaking. But that earned a solid 170. It earned 225, right? Plus this 100 here. That was a good little run that we had if it wasn't for getting PSO'd on the first one. All right, that's a fun way to do it. Again, make 50 bucks quick, couple transitions and you're out, man. And you have some 7 play here in the come out. I like that strategy. There's your 3 ways today to make 50 bucks, quote unquote, the easy way. The easy way. It's 9 o'clock. I got to get out of here. Let's go back to the fun. Easy ways to make 50 bucks, right? None of that was easy. The Hawaiian horn, the Hawaiian easy. 3 PSOs, man. That thing hurt. We had to work hard to get back. Recovery plan was try it again 3 times and it worked. Recovery plan B was, well, the strategy was supposed to work. Let's get the $50. Let's play the $50. Let's turn the $50 into our recovery plan. It took us 3 shooters to get that done. It still worked, but it was a lot of work, right? The drawdowns, I loved drawdowns because as you're drawing down, don't forget your exposure also goes down as your profits build up. That's a kind of a cool one too. And this last one is just fun, right? You never put more money out there. You're always bringing money back in for the most part, and you get some 7 play as well. I love that one. That's a fun one to play. There it is. There's your 3 ways. So what's happening else here? I'll look quickly for questions and comments before I call the show here. Let's see for some PCs. Anything new? Oh my God, look at all the PCs. I am a youngster, says Albert. I'm 55 is not a youngster. I feel young now. I can tell you this. I feel like I'm 30. Like, except for my knee and my shoulder hurting. Like, just again, that's just overuse. I feel like I'm a kid. I really do. I feel like a 55 going on 30 guy. So don't feel bad for me. I'm doing just good. Let's see. Neil deGrasse Tyson predicts by 2050 we can all choose how long we'll live. The problem is, in 2050 I'm going to be 77 years old already. I'm going to be right, and it's going to be like I'm not going to want to live anymore. Like honestly, if I get to 75, it'll be a miracle, right? And if I get to 75, it'll be a miracle. And do I want to keep going? I don't know. Depends on what our kids do with this world we're given. Our kids are inheriting a world that was pretty good. Right now, they're kind of effing it up. So we'll see when you're 75, do you want to keep going? That's going to be a question. No, I was not expecting any more from the elephant graveyard. Of course not. Of course not, right? That's what it is. The elephant graveyard is a wing and a prayer. And you know this, right? You're going to run. The elephant graveyard is like this, right? Picture it. You got elephants, skeletons everywhere. And you're running in the elephant graveyard with the blindfold on. You're running as fast as you can, and you're gonna run and smack into rib bones and tusks. You're gonna step on shit, actual elephant shit. You're gonna step on bones, and that's the elephant graveyard. You're gonna get hurt all the time. There's gonna be a time or two, right, where you pull a matrix and you can just dodge and weave all the skeletons and get through the graveyard and reach the promised land on the other side. That's gonna happen sometimes. By and large, you're gonna get whacked up in there. And you can see that, right? I'm just trying to make 2 freaking hits. And how many times did I get whacked? 5 times today, I'm getting 2 hits. Hard, man. Super, super hard, right? The dark side switch, that I can't believe this wins, has a natural dark side switch. I love that one. That's such a cool way of like moving as you go. I think it's very fun. I'm definitely doing a drawdown. We're a $10 table in Seattle. I will be drawing down most of the time. On Friday, I'm gonna work the drawdowns and the can't believe it wins. Those are my 2 sort of like, I want to have a lot of money out there. And like when our friends are shooting well, both of those strategies will make us some money. And it's going to be pretty fun, right? And yeah, I did make $50. I left it sit out there. We could have pulled it all down and been fine. But yeah, that's, it is what it is, right? I think that's a fun way to play, fun for a Tuesday. And my last little note is this. I'm going to finish up the day with what's on tap so y'all know what's happening next. What's happening next is me going live in the garage, making another paycheck, we hope, right, with the Molly. Max got a D8 table at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. AZ's got the Yahtzee challenge at 7 o'clock. It's Nemo. Nemo has been saying this is a good one, so let's hope that he's right about that. Tomorrow morning, you got Craps Master Journey leveling up at 6 a.m. And a little announcement that here, during the Seattle meetup in my garage on Saturday, everybody's invited to come over. I would like to have Corey, the Sith Lord, and Glenn, his nightmare. Glenn is the what would you call that in Star Wars analogy? He's like the good Jedi, I guess, right? The Jedi has Corey's number. Let's have him play it live. Let's deal. Me and Jeremy can deal to Corey and Glenn live. Wouldn't that be fun? Let them throw their own dice and play it live. Let's do that. I'll see y'all in about 10 minutes up there for the daily paycheck. Give me a minute to make some coffee and chillax. I'll see you up there for paycheck. In the meantime, like I always say, love y'all. God bless you. Thanks for being here with me. I hope you had fun today. And remember, change your passwords. Right now, go change your passwords. Get yourself 1Pass or LastPass, whatever. Generate long 20-character or more passwords with some different symbols in them. Different password for every website you go to. It takes work. It's a pain in the ass. These apps aren't easy to use, but trust me.
when your information gets stolen like this, it's very comforting to know that that's all they're ever going to get. That password at MGM is useless anywhere else on the internet. If you're using the same password at MGM as for your bank, they now have your bank password and your email address, which for most of you is also your login ID. Be careful with that, guys. Get yourselves safe. Right now, go. I'll see you in 10 minutes for the Daily Paycheck. Love you. God bless. And I'm out. Bye.